In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve a 5x5 Rubik's Cube. Check out my other videos showing you how to solve a 2x2 Rubik's Cube, a 3x3, a 4x4, and even a 5x5. In this video, we're going to start solving the edge pieces of this 5x5 Rubik's Cube. So you should have got these center pieces all fixed in place, all complete. The next step is start working on these edge pieces. Now remember I said there was a way we can avoid a certain algorithm. Well, if you see this parity error here, where the pieces are flip-flopped, this is the same parity error that you can run into on the 4x4. And to get out of this, you use the same algorithm on the 4x4. And it's quite long and difficult to remember. Now there is another parity error that we can fall into when also doing these edge pieces, which we might fall into, we might not. However, this particular parity error, we can completely avoid altogether and very, very easily. And I'm going to show you a way of solving these edge pieces and completely avoid ever possibly falling into this parity error. So if you already know how to solve a 4x4 or you've watched my 4x4 Rubik's Cube tutorial, all the movements that we're going to do here will be very familiar to you. We want to start matching all these edge pieces together. You see how we've got all different colours? So we want to start matching them together. So the first step is to find two pieces that have got the same two colours on them. One of them wants to be the centerpiece and the other one either wants to be the top or the bottom. It doesn't really matter. So have a look around your cube and see if you've got any already in the correct place. Sometimes you have, sometimes you haven't. If you haven't, we'll just have to put one in place. In this occasion, we have got one in place. I've got a red and a blue here on the middle plane, and red and blue. And they're in the correct orientation too. Red, blue, red, blue. I've got a blue on the front and a red on the front. If they both got blue facing us, that would not be correct. We'd have to work the cube round to put it the other way. The reason we want different colours on the face of the same two is because we split the cube and bring them together. So when we bring them together, we make a pair. As per the 4x4 Rubik's Cube, what we do then, we need to move it onto the top because we have to repair our centres. So if we repair our centres, we split them back apart. So we move this pair onto the top so we can repair our centres and we'll then split these two that don't match. However, because we've just moved these two onto the top, we've turned these vertically now, so I can't repair the centres or just mess this centre up. So what do? Well, this is the pair we've just put here. We need to bring this face back down, which will bring this face back down. So we just move this pair onto the front. Move the pair onto the front. Now we can turn this face back down, which will just bring a random 3 down. And that will make these horizontal again. So we can twist the cube back to repair our centres. Now don't worry if you didn't follow that, we're going to keep repeating the same process. So look for another two pieces that match. And remember, we've still got our pair up here. So look for another two. I don't think we've got any already in the correct place this time. So if you haven't, we just need to pick a colour and find an edge. So white and orange, for example. We just need to find another white and orange. I've got one here. If I turn it round, I've got them both on the front, except white, orange, white, orange. On both sides, the whites are facing us. So if I brought these together, we'd get this. And this is no good. These are not a pair. They're in the wrong place. This one wants to be up here. So we need to position this up here. I should be able to figure out how to do this. If you're doing a 5x5, it should be quite easy to figure out how to do this. Move it to the top, put it on the back. I'll bring it down so now it's on the back face and I'll just turn it back. So now I've got white and orange, white and orange. And the orange is on the front and the white is on the front. And I twist the cube through the middle, bringing them together. And we do the same steps one more time. We'll move this pair that we've just made onto the top. Now, so we can bring this down and repair our centers, we move them to the front here. So now they're on the front. So now these here are just mixed. So we can turn this face back down. Turn this face back down. And now because these are just mixed, we can repair our centers. So we've repaired our centers and we've left the pair just here. And we're going to keep doing that. Now I said earlier, we can do this in a way where we'll avoid this parity error. And we're doing it now. What some people do after they've done this, you look for the other white and orange, wherever it may be, and then line it up and you make a row of 3. And then they keep making rows of 3. However, doing that, you can run into that parity error. So how do I avoid it? Well, I just make a pair on every single edge before I even think about making any of them into 3s. So if you make a pair on every single one, if they're already paired up in the right order, the right orientation like this, when we come to make a 3, well, because these are lined up, it's then impossible for this one to be the wrong way up. It's impossible then to get into that parity error. Such a simple technique for avoiding such a complicated algorithm. So make just a pair. Doesn't matter if it's bottom or top. These two here or these two here. Just make a pair on every single edge before thinking about making a 3. And don't worry, even if you do get into this parity error, I will show you how to get out of it. But if you follow my steps how to do this, you will never ever get into that parity error anyway. So let's continue. I've got an orange and a yellow here. I've got an orange and a yellow here. Bring them together. I've made a pair. And it's the same as before. I put them onto the top. I bring them round and I turn this face back down. And when I come to repair my centers this time, I've got a pair here. So what's happened? Why have I got a pair here? I've got the pair that I've just made here. I will just reset and explain what we're doing. This is a new pair that we're trying to make. We're bringing these ones together. And if we look, the edge that we bring down to replace these, if you look, like with the 4x4, are these back pieces here. If you look, this is white and orange. These will end up just here. And if you look, this one's top, middle, bottom. If you angle your cube this way, this is how these come down, top, middle, bottom. And these two are on the top. So if I do it slow and you try and follow up the back, bring it up. As I move this pair to the front, we bring what was the back down. So what is here, these two on the top here, come down and finish here. So what do? Because we don't want to split that pair when we've made a new pair, otherwise we're not progressing. Make a pair just to split a pair, you haven't progressed. So we'll look on the back, this pair here will be this pair here, so we can't use these. So what do? Well, quite easily, turn this top, look on the back, and now this pair doesn't match. So we can just bring these here, and it doesn't matter that we split these apart. So pull them to the top, turn them to the front, which has now brought these down to the side, which was the back. Bring them down, and now we don't have a pair on this edge. So when we repair our centers, we just split a mixed pair. As you start to fill them up, you start to need to check your back. So let's look for another pair. I can use this one here. Got green and white, green and white. Now I can bring them together, except they're mixed. We've got white on the front and the front. So I'll just position these. So I've got green on the front on one and white on the front on the other one. White, green, white, green. So bring them together. Remember what I said before, now we need to check our back. So look up, this is the back, angle the cube this way, and these don't match. So we can use this back, this is fine. We can move it up, bring them to the front, so they're safe. Turn this face back down, these don't match, so we can repair our centers, no problem. And continue doing the same, look for another pair. Got red and white here. Red, white, red, white. Bring them together, making another pair. Look up onto the bike. This time, because our pair is on the bottom of the three, top, middle, bottom, we need to look to the bike and make sure the bottom two don't match, which they don't. None of them match, but if the top two did, it wouldn't matter. So we can use that back face, no problem. Move them to the top, bring them round. Turn this face back down, and we can repair our centers. Look for another pair. When lined up, just choose a colour. I'm going to choose yellow and blue. Start by looking for the centerpiece, because if you choose an edge piece, you might find when you find a middle, it's already paired, and then to match these two, you'd be making a 3. So start with a middle, and then look for a side piece. So I've got yellow, blue, and by chance the other one is here. Now I could do all 3 if I wanted to, and it's exactly the same process. You'd move 3 up, check the back, make sure the back is completely empty. But I'm not going to do that. I mean, just making 1 or 2 won't hurt, but I'm still not going to do it anyway. What I want to do is just make a pair on every single one, just to completely avoid any chance of falling into that parity error. So now I've got my pair on the top of the 3. This is the pair, top, middle, bottom. Look to the back. The back does have a pair on it. However, what I said, these are the top 2. Look to the back. The pair is on the bottom 2. The top 2 are not a matching pair. So I can still use this back. Watch. Bring them to the top. Turn them to the front. So now I brought this back round. When I turn this face back down, bringing what was the back to here. The pair is on the bottom. I made my pair on the top. So when I repair my centers, we split the pair that don't match. And again, we find another middle piece without a pair. This time it's green and yellow. I've already got one in position here, except they don't match. So I've got green and yellow, green and yellow. Twist the cube to bring them together. Check the back, make sure the bottom 2 are not a pair. They are, so we can't use this back face. So turn the back, check the back again. This time these bottom 2 are not a pair, so we can use these 2. Turn them to the top. Bring them to the front, turn this face back down, bring in a mixed pair down, and we can repair our centers. I'm going to use green and orange now, look for green and orange. Green and orange, green and orange. Twist the cube to bring them together. The pair is on the bottom. Look to the back. The bottom 2 are a pair, that's no good. Turn the top, so we change the back face. Look on the back again. The bottom 2 are not a pair. The top 2 are, but that doesn't matter. We're only concerned with the bottom 2. So remember, bottom 2, turn them up. Turn them to the front, so now they're safe on the front. Turn this face back round so we can repair these centres. This is the back that we brought forward. The pair is on the top, so when we repair the centres, the bottom two, doesn't matter that we split them. So choose another colour. This middle piece already has a pair, so forget that one. This has a pair, this has a pair. We can use this one, orange and blue. So look for orange and blue. I've got one here, orange, blue, orange, blue. Bring them together as before. This time the pair is on the bottom again. Look to the back. Got a matching pair on the bottom, so that's no good. Turn the cube. Matching pair on the bottom, no good. Change the top face again. This pair's no good. And the last one. This time we can use this back face. The bottom two are not a pair. Turn it up. Turn the top, bringing these to the front. Turn it down. The pair is on the top two. We can repair the centres. And we only split these two, which didn't match anyway. Okay, look for another middle piece that doesn't have a pair. This one does, this one does, this one does, this one does. Look on the top. Paired, 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 paired. Look on the bottom. This one doesn't. So blue and white. I can use this one here. Blue, white, and they're already aligned incorrectly. Blue, white, blue, white. Bring them together. The pair is on the bottom of the three. Check the back. The pair on the bottom here are not a matching pair. So we can use that back. That's no problem. Turn them to the top. Bring the pair to the front. Turn this face back down. And repair the centres. I've got red and yellow here, which is not paired up yet. Red and yellow, red and yellow. Split the cube to pair them. This time they're on the top of the three. Look to the back. The top two is a pair. Bring them round. This top two is not a matching pair. So I can use this back. Turn them to the top. Bring them to the front. So we can turn this back down. Bringing this pair down, but it's on the bottom. Pair on the top is not matching, so we're going to repair our centres. Look for another middle piece. I've got green and red here. Green and red. Bring them together. Look for the top two. Turn them up. Bring it round. And can repair the centres. So now, that happened to line up with three. Again, we're only going for pairs, but it doesn't matter. One or two rows of three won't hurt. But we want to make sure we've got a pair on every single one before we start making them into threes. So this is a pair, 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 pair. This one's three'd up by chance as well, but think of it as a pair. Paired, 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 paired. Paired, 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 paired. So now every single edge has at least one matching piece. Every edge has a pair. So now, just doing that simple process, it's impossible for us to run it into the parity error, where this one is the opposite way around as this one, because we've already lined them up. Such a simple way of avoiding such a complicated algorithm. So now we've made a pair on every single edge. The next step is start turning all these pairs into threes. And it's exactly the same process as just making pairs. Now what we're doing, we're just making another pair basically. We've got a pair here. So I want to make a pair here. So look for blue and white. Look for the sole blue and white. Here it is. So we got blue and white. Now as before, we'll bring them together. This time our pair is on the top two. Just forget these now. Our pair that we're making is the top two. So when we look at the back, we need to make sure the two on the top are not a matching pair, because the back will always have a pair on them. So we need to make sure the pair is not where we're going to make our new pair. This new pair is on the top of the two. So when we repair our centers, they will get split. So we need the top two to not be matching. So now we turn this new 3 up, bring the back round, so we can turn this face back down. And that has brought this, what was on the back, down. Then we repair our centers. We don't separate a pair. We just separate the ones that don't match. And just by chance, this one has also lined up and made us another row of 3. Sometimes it happens. It's a nice bonus when it happens now, because it's just bringing a process faster. You can get into what is called advanced edge pairing, where you deliberately set it up so this will bring around to make a 3. But we're not doing any advanced edge pairing, just keeping it nice and simple, doing one at a time. So look for another colour, green and yellow. Look for the sole, green and yellow. Green and yellow, green and yellow. So I'll bring them together like this. Again, the pair is the top two. I'm pairing the top two. So I'll look to the back. I've got a 3, so that's no good. The top two is already a matching pair, so that's no good. The next one is a 3. Bring the final one round. The top two are not a matching pair, so I can use this back face. Remember, it's the top two. Just turn them to the top. Bring them to the front. Turn this back down. This was the back face. I can repair the centers and we don't break this pair. I will choose green and white now. Look for the sole, green and white. Green, white, green, white. Bring them together. A pair is the top two again. So look for the back. Top two, can't use that one. I can already see I can't use that one, it's a 3, no that one. And I can't use this one either. So what we do, we can just turn the cube over and now we've got all these to check. However, because we just turned the cube over, the pair that we're now matching is now on the bottom. Because we turned it over, before these was on the top, turn it over, it's on the bottom. So when we look on the back, we need the bottom two that don't match. So check the back, these two don't match, so we can use this back. Turn them to the top, bring them to the front, turn them down, and then we'll repair our centers. Just by chance, we've made another one. It's always nice when that happens. So find another pair that's not yet matched. Red and white here. Find the sole, red and white. It's up here. Okay, so this is the pair that we're matching. It's the top two. We can't use this bike. Can't use this one. These two here are the top two, so can't use this one. And this one's also a 3. So again, turn it over. This time, the pair is now gone to the bottom. Can't use this one, can't use this one, can't use this one because it's a 3. We can't use this one either. So we don't have any space in the top or bottom. So what can we do? Separate them again, and here they are. Keep these to the front, and then I'm just going to swap these two over. If I swap these two over, look, I've got one on the bottom, one on the top that don't match. If I swap these over, it will reverse the way they are. Bring them back together. The pair is on the bottom that we're matching. Look to the back, and now we've got space. Let's bring it up. Bring it down, turn it back so we can repair our centers, and voila. Now, let's choose red and green, find the sole red and green, red, green, bring them together. The pair is on the top, so we need to look on the top. This top is completely full, so we'll turn it over. This time the pair is now on the bottom, so look to the back. We've got one here. The pair on the bottom don't match, so I can use that one. Turn it up, bring them to the front, turn it down, correct the centers, and that's fine. Now we've just got 1, 2, 3 left. So yellow and blue, where's the yellow and blue? Here it is. That's already in the right place. I'll put this one up here so it's on the top because that's our last remaining one. Join this last pair up, this pair up. It's on the bottom two. The bottom two here don't match. Bring them to the top, bring them to the front, turn this face round, and now our last pair. Bring them together and the last two match up. Doing it this way, you will always avoid the algorithm or the parity error where they are flip-flopped. And sometimes you will also fall into this position where you solve every single edge without any parities at all. Now sometimes you will land into one parity, where unlike this time where we had 3 edges left to complete, we had 2 edges on the front and then the final one is on the top that you bring around and then all 3 then match up. We can get stuck in a parity error if you find you've only got 2 edges left to complete. Sometimes it happens, but if you've only got 2 edges left to complete, you have to have them both on the front so you can bring them together. But then you've never got an empty one or an edge with an unmatched pair on the top to bring down. So every single time you're bringing an edge down from the top with a 3 in it, which will then split apart. So you'll always be stuck with 2 mismatched edges. So this is a parity error and it's quite common, and I'll show you how to get around this in the next video.